Can you bury an urn on top of a casket? You just lost someone close to you and are already in enough pain, but now have to make arrangements for the burial, and there are tons of questions going through your head. If it is your first time handling the funeral arrangements, it can be rough, but you might find this thought comforting, that this is your chance to say a proper goodbye to your loved one. Also, the entire process can be a lot easier when you know exactly what needs to be done and how. In this blog, we will go over a couple of crucial things regarding cremation urns burial to help you find answers you need to navigate through these difficult times. Burying ashes after cremation. Burying cremated remains is not unusual at all. From a memorialization perspective, many see it as a better option compared to scattering the ashes on land or pouring it down the river. Also, the cremation itself is not an alternative to a funeral. A funeral ceremony can still take place before the cremation process. If you decide to go down this route, you may not even need to purchase a casket for the ceremony. You should be able to rent one from a local funeral service provider. Urns for burying the cremated remains. Once the cremation process is complete, the cremains go into a container known as an urn. There are a wide range of urns available. Big wooden boxes and vases made of glass and marble, to small keepsake urns that contain a tiny portion of the cremated remains to be worn as jewelry, such as a bracelet or a necklace. However, for burial, metal urns and other made from materials such as granite, marble, etc. are more suitable given that you want it to last. Alternatively, you can choose biodegradable urns that dissolve in the soil over time. How to bury cremation urns. It is common to bury cremation urns in a cemetery. When buying the plot for burial, discuss the terms with whoever is in charge, such as the type of cremation urns they allow and if they require to place the urn inside a vault and things like that to ensure everyone is on the same page. Also, it is best to carry the cremation certificate with you to the cemetery to avoid any disputes. Although it is not necessary, in most cases, a cremation urn is buried 3 feet deep. Also, it should not be a problem if you want to bury an urn on top of a casket, as many cemeteries allow burying multiple urns in a grave. However, if due to any reason you want to bury an urn in an old grave of a family member, you should not dig more than 6 inches, 12 inches at max. You do not want to disturb an existing grave in any way, especially if it is old, and it is best to dig at the very top or the bottom of the grave. Unless it is a private cemetery, you should need to discuss your preferences with the cemetery owner, as a lot of what you can and cannot do depends on what they allow. In general, you should be easily able to bury an urn on top of a casket following these guidelines.